Seeing a video of a cute baby go viral is nothing new, but when Daniel Brooks posted a clip of his daughter Ashlyn, he got a different response altogether.
Yeah, 2-year-old Ashlyn was filmed right before bedtime, and here's what happened when her favourite gadget was taken away.
Are you happy now?
Now, since she's after her iPad, that's what she's saying. Since the video was uploaded a month ago, Ashlyn's dad, Daniel, has received a vicious online backlash for his bad parenting style.
Yeah, so how do we deal with temper tantrums in children and adults? Let's bring in child psychologist Clare Rowe. Good morning to you, Claire. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Claire.
As a child psychologist, you deal with temper tantrums with children daily. Now, in the video we just saw, did the dad handle this situation correctly or incorrectly?
I don't know. I think some of the issue here is if you're going to post something online like that, then you're going to open up that can of worms for criticism. I think that was a very tired 2-year-old, first of all. You know, obviously I think probably putting up an iPhone in front of a child when they're in that state, not a good idea. I certainly wouldn't like it done to myself if I was that agitated. Probably what worries me the most here is that we've got crying, screaming, carrying on, and then Dad gives her the iPad. So in doing that, he's just kind of formed this really strong link between if I cry and I scream and I carry on enough, I'll get what I want.
Okay, so what should, because this scenario very common to a lot of parents. So let's put away the iPhone, you know, that to one side for a moment.
That's a whole other issue.
Yeah, that's a whole other issue. But if this is happening to you, if this is a scene that's happening to you overnight, when you're putting, she looks about 2, so what should he have done?
Okay, so I try and tell parents every day in my practice, do not give in to the tantrum in what they want. You know, you really do have to disengage emotionally, and it's okay to ignore it. I get a lot of parents who are anxious about creating low self-esteem and low confidence and trauma issues of abandonment even. And if I tell them, you can walk away, take the iPad or whatever it is, get out of there, and ignore it, let them kind of cry.
What I guess you find is that every parent thinks they're an expert at this. Even bad parents can sometimes put themselves up an expert. So what if the child isn't yours and you're out in public? Should you ever intervene?
I think that depends. Look, is the child in your care? If the child's in your care, then you have a responsibility for their, you know, well-being and safety, and therefore, and then, you know, intervene. It's funny, I often find parents are a lot better at intervening if it's not their child, because they don't get emotional. They don't scream and shout at someone else's child. They're a lot calmer, they're firm, and so sometimes I tell parents in my practice, with their children, pretend it's not yours, pretend it's not your child, and suddenly that's a little bit easier. It's a bit different to walking down the street and seeing another child with their parent and intervening. Don't do that. Yeah. Don't discipline someone else's child.
I need to get back to what he should have done. So he should have ignored it, walked out, let her cry, left it for, she's 2, left it for 5 minutes,
absolutely.
Gone back in, good night
again, reassure, and walk out again. I would say that in that case, look, she was so tired she'd probably be collapsed, falling asleep by then.
That's right, so she would have, just give it some time, she would have fallen asleep in 10 minutes anyway.
Okay, so that's what you do with children. So for instance, how would you deal with something, say, with an adult, a tantrum?
Don't be pointing this way.
Adults throwing temper tantrums. Okay. Look, I think human behaviour is human behaviour. I think you have to do the same thing. You cannot rationalise, negotiate, explain to someone who's emotional. It doesn't matter whether it's 3, 33, 63. You need to maybe try and reflect to them how they're feeling so they feel like they're being heard. I understand, Kylie, you're angry with me right now. I understand, like, you know.
This worked out better than I thought.
I understand you're frustrated, but we need to talk about this tomorrow. Wait till the emotion calms down, and then, you know, you just can't reason with an emotional...
Give her iPad back and walk away. Thank you. It's good to see you. Thanks for that.
And then we'll get to sulking next week.
Right, okay, perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.